Hi, so I want to share something really cool that helps with bar chords. It's a new observation I made, so I'm not going to like stomp my feet and say this is the right way, and you're the first people to hear about it, but just try it, see if it helps. It helps me a lot. So this is based on a couple of observations I've been making. I've been noticing something. I don't know if it's like if somebody's teaching this somewhere, but I've been noticing classical guitars. Well, for one thing, when we talk about the straight wrist, you will notice classical guitarists and other really good guitar players, they'll have a straight wrist most of the time, and occasionally it'll come out because they're doing some reach or some bar or something. Then they go back to straight. We always want to stray from this as little as possible. Something I've been noticing lately is they'll be playing and there'll be like this finger, it's like a big hook coming up here. And I just don't remember seeing that before, so it got me thinking. Okay, so this observation also has to do with something I was taught in my piano lessons. I remember my piano teacher saying, trying to get my hands where you can see. So you can't see this way. So say I was on the piano keys, but we don't have piano keys here. So when I would play, she would have me notice, like say this finger right now, there's a straight line from this finger to my elbow. But see how there's a little bit of a curve here? But I can turn my wrist, so now there's a straight finger from this finger to my elbow. But there's a bend here, but I can move a little bit more, and now there's a straight line from my thumb to my elbow. And what my piano teacher had me doing is whenever I would play, like say if I was playing with this finger, she would want this finger straight to my elbow. And then when I moved to this finger, my wrist would move a little bit. And then when I play with this finger, make that finger straight to the elbow, and then see the straight line from this finger. Of course, not every note you play on the piano is going to be like that, but it's so there was, when my hand was on the piano keys, there's this kind of motion in the wrist that gives you straightness, which translate into strength and relaxation and the absence of injury. Okay, also something wonderful I've learned from my harp teacher is that these two fingers anatomically are kind of like the same finger. And that's why when you're first playing and pinky is weak, it's a good idea to pair these two fingers together. Instead of, you definitely don't want to be reaching with pinky all by itself. If you can have a ring finger close to pinky, that makes it stronger. So what I got to thinking about this hook and what my piano teacher taught me is that, oh, it's that thing. Like I've noticed when people start out playing, if we were to start with this finger, and then people are taught to start with this finger and play a chromatic scale. Generally what happens, if a beginner starts here and plays a chromatic scale, the hand moves like that usually, and that's not what we want. So I like to start people with this finger because it's strong. And see how the wrist is straight? See how this finger is straight with my elbow? And then when people start with this finger and work their way down, the wrist stays straight the whole time. The wrist just has a tendency to stay straight if we start with this finger and work our way down. But a lot of times if we start with this finger for beginners and work our way up, this is what happens. The wrist bends, and we don't want that. Okay, so here's where the bar chords come in. I was thinking that we have a tendency, like if we make a bar, it's like, okay, gotta have that bar, like it's the foundation of everything. Let's say we're doing B minor. Let's do it up here. It's easier on the 5th fret, and I'm standing on a stool. So if we were to play, it's a good idea to start up here anyway. So if we were to fret, I'm not going to worry about fretting 6. For some people it's easier to fret all 6 strings. For some people it's easier to fret just 5. So if we were to start with this finger and then make the shape, look what happened. Look at this angle. See that? But what if we started not with the bar. What if we started with this shape? In my other bar chord lesson, we played A minor down here using these 3 fingers instead of those 3 fingers. Leave this one out. Same shape, and you've got a spare finger for barring. We played it here. Oops, no, we played it here, which is sort of like a B minor. All pretty. I'm playing the 5th string as well. Yeah, so let's make this A minor shape with pinky and ring finger in the 7th fret. I'm sorry if there's a glare. There we go. Okay. Let's make sure I'm on the right strings. Yeah. So, and if we start with this shape, we're more likely to have this straightness. We don't want that. What if this is nice and straight? So these 3 fingers can be strong. We're not worried about barring it. Spend a little time playing that shape and make this straight. It's going to be stronger when it's straight. You have all these ligaments and tendons running through here, and the muscles that control your fingers are not in your hands. Well, there's a few, but most of them are up in here, and so these tendons have to turn the corner if your hand's like that. But if it's straight here, you're going to be stronger and have less injury. So let's make that shape. Okay. Now here's the cool thing that I discovered. So now we have this. Let's try to keep this straight and see if we can put this down. See how it's straight here? So what's happening is we've made this straight so the weakest fingers can be strong because we have a straight line from here to here. And then the finger that's reaching and bending a bit is your strongest finger. So I just love it. Gosh, it looks like I got a red face from being so excited. So I just love that. I want you to experiment with it. Go easy. Like I said, this is a new idea. It's an observation and idea that I think it just makes all the sense in the world. And what else about bar chords? Somebody asked about this shape. You know, this is one, it's like if you were down here, it would be your B chord. And I think the same principle applies. I haven't experimented with that one yet, but I will. And we'll talk more about that later. So let me know if I wasn't clear. Let me know if it works for you. There's another lesson about bar chords, so I put it all together. Be patient, and above all, don't hurt yourself. And if you're interested in my lessons, my courses that I'm working on right now, I have a beginner guitar course online that you can take, and if you want more information about that, click on the link. There's a link to my website in the description under this video, and you can go there, sign up for my website and my email list, because that's where you get information about classes, and eventually there'll be more classes. And I appreciate you sharing, I appreciate you subscribing, liking the video. All those things help make this work possible, and I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel where, you know, I can make a living doing this, and I enjoy it. So thanks for your help and your comments, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.